Okay, I'm going to ask a question. Who here is a born leader? Come on, be brave, stick your hands up. Okay, that's great. Bunch of you guys, born leaders. Okay. I'm afraid to tell you that like the rest of us, I'm pretty sure that you were born naked and you were a little baby. Nobody is born a leader. Nobody is born a leader. Leaders, and Wallace said this absolutely, leaders are created. Leaders are made through many, many, many different things. So who can give me an example? What are some of the things that create a leader? Struggle. No. Okay, so, yes, leaders are readers. Okay, so what are some of the things that can create leaders? Reading. Okay. What else? Now, discipline is what you get as a leader, but what are some of the things you have to do to create a leader? How are leaders created? Because babies are born, and some people become leaders, and some people don't. What is the difference? Okay, somebody said influence, so you spend time with other leaders and positive people that have a positive influence on you. Okay, positive influence, great. What else? No, not vision. Okay, maybe I don't think everybody understands. I'm not saying what is a leader. I'm not saying what is a leader. What are some of the things about leaders? The question I'm asking is what has to happen for a leader, for somebody that's a baby, to become a leader? What has to happen? Have to fail. Okay. What else? Hey. Would you agree with me that they need life experiences? Yes. Self-development, right? A good wife. Yeah, that normally does help, I agree. What about a struggle? Okay, so do you know that most of the significant advancements for humans on this planet have happened during times of war? I don't know if you guys know that, but some of the most crazy inventions and human advancements have happened at war, including the internet. Okay? Now, there's a reason for that. And the reason is that without that advancement, people had to advance in order to survive. Does that make sense? So they had to go through a struggle in order to improve and grow. It's exactly the same with everybody here in this room. Does that make sense? Okay, so who knows what a kite is? You know, you fly a kite. Does anyone not know what a kite is? Okay, it's one of those things, you tie a piece of string to it and you hold it in the wind and it flies. You guys seen a kite, you know this? Okay, so who's flown a kite before? Okay, most, when you're kids, you fly a kite. Can the kite fly without wind? It can't. But what has to happen with the kite? It has to struggle against the wind to fly. Does that make sense? It's exactly the same with people. People don't grow and people don't fly without a struggle. Okay. Who's ridden a bicycle before? You can all ride a bike. Most people can ride a bike, right? Anybody can't ride a bike? No, you don't have to put your hand up. Okay. Who's ridden the bike here near the front that I can see? Okay, Luke. Can you learn to ride a bike without a bicycle? You have to have a bicycle. So you actually have to get on it. You can't just sit and think about it. You have to do something. Okay. Did you fall off when you were learning to ride the bike? Many times. into a cactus, into a bush, into the road. Okay. So you have to do something, and you have to fall off, and you have to struggle, and you have to fail, and then you have to what? Try again and again. Okay, so here's what happens. Here's what happens, and this is really, 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 really important. You try. Number one. And then you fail. Or there's a struggle. And then what happens? You've fallen off, you failed, you struggled, you've hurt your knees, you're riding your bike, and you think, oh, but I learned something. Maybe next time I'm going to try something different. I'm going to get my balance different on my bike or whatever. You with me? So you learn. And then you improve. Because you're learning, you improve or you grow. And then you try again. And with riding a bike, you try and you fail and you fall and it's a struggle. But you learn something, you get a bit better, and you try again. And then you fail and you fall off and you keep doing this and you keep doing this and you keep doing this. And over at this point, sometimes you want to quit. And there's people in this room here, and you don't have to be embarrassed because you've got the rest of your life to learn how to ride a bike. It's not over until you die. But there are people who quit here. They fell. It was too sore to try again. It was too embarrassing to try again. And they failed and they gave up. But some people kept trying and learning and improving and trying and learning and improving. And one day, wow, success. Riding the bike. Guys, it's exactly the same with leadership. It's 100% exactly the same with leadership. As I said, leaders are not born, leaders are created, and they cannot, by definition, be created without a failure and a struggle and learning and improving and trying again and failing and struggling and learning and improving. You have to fail. You have to have a struggle. You cannot learn leadership sitting on your butt watching TV. You cannot develop as a person sitting at home doing nothing. You have to get out there and you've got to do something and you've got to try and you've got to stuff it up and you've got to embarrass yourself and you've got to go home with grazed knees feeling sad about how badly you've done. And it's through that process, if you open your eyes to learning and you start putting effort into figuring out how I can do this better, how can I improve, and then you try again, and that's how you learn and grow and develop as a leader. So these guys in the front row, the difference between them and you is absolutely nothing. I guarantee you they didn't come from more wealthy families. I guarantee you they're not more educated. But I also guarantee you they've failed and they've struggled more times than you have. And that is why they are sitting in the front and you're sitting there. Now that's good news. That's good news. Because you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be beautiful. You don't have to have an unbelievable education. You don't have to have any of that to become a leader and to become successful in the business. All you have to do is keep going and keep trying and going through your struggle and learning and improving and learning and improving. And you do this through the FTP, the manuals, hanging around with positive people, reading the books, all of that stuff, and trying again and learning and improving and learning and improving. So it's really, really good news. So I want to prove that to you. Guys in the front row, can you stand up if you came from a poor family? Okay, great. Sit down. Guys in the front row, can you stand up if you've ever lost anybody from your crew? Okay, sit down. Guys in the front row, can you please stand up if you've had negative from friends and family about this business? Okay, thank you. Sit down. Guys in the front row, you know what? I'm working on your quads here. You're going to be nice, strong legs. Guys in the front row, can you stand up if people have told you in your lifetime that you can't do it? Thank you. Sit down. Guys in the front row, can you stand up if you've been told in your life or if you've ever thought to yourself that you are not good enough? Thank you very much. Sit down. You guys getting a picture here? These are the same struggles. These are the same failures. These are the same fears that every single person in this room comes from. Now I'm going to ask you guys, put your hand up if you've ever come from a poor family, if you've come from a poor family, if you grew up poor. Put your hand up. You're on track. Put your hand up if you never went to university. You're on track. Put your hand up if you've ever been sworn at in the field or on the telephone. You're on track. Put your hand up if somebody's told you that you're not good enough or you don't deserve it. You're on track. Put your hand up if you wanted to quit. You're on track. Put your hand up if you've lost your crew before. You're on track. You get it? You can't get there without failure. You can't get there without a struggle. And it's through that struggle that you're going to learn and grow and develop if you have the right positive mindset to do that. It's the dark times where leaders are created. It's not during the good times. And when you really understand that, you'll understand that the struggle is a blessing. You're on track. Thank you very much.